Why is Steven Universe the most amazing teenager ever? Okay, I'm gonna say this. Like, Steven Universe as a whole, as a teenager, he's probably like the greatest creator character ever just put into existence. When you think about his superpower being a shield, it's not an offensive weapon in the first place. And his ability really matches his power, because Pearl, Amethyst, Garnet, all of their abilities are more offensive, and Steven is the only Crystal Gem whose ability is more defensive. And it kind of goes into his nature on how he's such a protective and lovable type of character. And I really appreciate the fact that if you look at his color scheme and his weapon, it's like everything about him is gentle. You know, pink is a very soft and feminine color, and a shield is a very defensive weapon. And the fact that Steven is more intact with his feminine side rather than his masculine side, and he's able to convey a certain amount of peace and prosperity amongst the show. It's like Steven's like the anchor point of the show. He's like the heart of the show, if that makes sense. And it's ironic because when you think of a heart, you think of something that's pink. And I really appreciate the fact that Steven Universe did something that I've never seen any other show did. And they played more into the sci-fi of the aspect, you know. I don't see many shows that play in a sci-fi, especially like cartoons on Cartoon Network. Other than like Rick and Morty, like most shows don't go into sci-fi too much. And this is like one of the best examples of a sci-fi show done well. You know, the fact that they came from a different planet and they basically treated Earth like it was their second home. And he just, you know, he gives you the perspective of a human who happens to be a crystal gem. You know, he kind of reminds me of like Superman. You know, he's a Kryptonian, and he feels like a human who just happened to have superpowers. He don't even feel like an alien at times. And I feel like that's the same thing with Steven Universe. You know, he don't see himself as anyone different from a human or disconnected from humans. You know, he's more intact with his human side than his crystal gem side. And that's in my honest opinion why I believe Steven Universe is probably like the best teenager ever created.